Welcome back to the Movement Network with Bart. And today, oh man, so it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Canelo Alvarez is going to fight a guy by the name of Anthony Yildirim, which is an embarrassment to the sport. The Zone should be embarrassed that they're just giving away free money. And here's a piece of advice for the Zone that Golden Boy, Oscar de la Hoya, they learned the hard way. If you allow Canelo Alvarez to make free money, he will. Canelo Alvarez will not challenge himself, will not allow himself to display the best of him if he is not forced by us, the fans. I'll say that again. Canelo Alvarez refuses time and time again to display his true talent by fighting fighters like Anthony Yildirim, right? Colin Smith, Rocky Fielding, right? Who else? Amir Khan. I'm not saying that Amir Khan is not a good fighter, but we all know that Amir Khan had no business at that weight class, okay? And we all know that Alexander Lara, in my personal opinion, beat Canelo, you know? So if you look at Canelo's resume, Canelo has had a history of just sitting back, relaxing, and trying to collect free money. Unfortunately, Golden Boy couldn't do it anymore. And they noticed that, and they want, because Oscar de la Hoya time and time again said that he wants Canelo to fight the likes of Charlo, right? The likes of, who else? Charlo, let's take David Benavidez, even a Billy Joe Sanders, right? These are the fights that we, the fans, want to see Canelo, especially for me, that Jermell Charlo. My God, what a fight. That would be a fight that I think 80% of the boxing fanatics out there would definitely pay with no problem, even through the recession, will pay easily $80 to see on pay-per-view. Even though they have their contract through the Zone, which the Zone is going to learn the hard way again with Canelo. If you allow him to make free money, these easy fights, he will take it and run every day. Every day. But if we find a way to pressure Canelo and send the message that we want to see him, which he does not listen to anyway because his whole team is blowing smoke up his ass. If we find a way as fans to send him a message to tell him, fight the fighters that we want you to fight, or we are not going to watch you anymore. He will get the message, and if he doesn't, what will happen that the network will get the message. Now let's go through this fight. He's going to fight a guy by the name of Anthony Yildirim. I can't even pronounce the guy's name. The guy got 21 fights, 12 KOs, 2 losses. One of them, he's been knocked out. His last fight, last time we saw him, he fought in 2019, early 2019, against Anthony Dirrell. At one point, I had Anthony Dirrell as one of my top prospects. At one point, long time ago. Long time ago. Okay? Now, fast forward to 2019, and Anthony Dirrell is not even 5% of the fighter he used to be. Okay? So, with 5% of the fighter that Anthony Dirrell used to be, he was still able to beat this Yildirim guy. Okay? Now, let's go back to 2017, I believe, when Chris Eubank Jr. was able to knock out, KO, this guy, this Yildirim guy. Now, Yildirim has done nothing under the sun, absolutely nothing to warrant this fight. But apparently the WBC sees it otherwise. And I'm not going to get into the WBC because they are, it's disgraceful what they've been doing. It's disgraceful. Now, what should Canelo Alvarez do at this point? I think Canelo Alvarez should. There's rumors that he wants to fight 3 to 4 times this year, okay? If Canelo Alvarez stays on course, according to him and his team, if they stay on course and they fight 3 to 4 times this year, I would love to see him after he's done with this guy, which it shouldn't take him long, against David Benavidez. Why not? Billy Joe Sanders. Billy Joe Sanders. You know what? And before all that, give us a Jermell Charlo fight. Jermell deserved the fight. As a matter of fact, Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius, more than anyone else, should be fighting Canelo. They're both signed to the DAZN. They're both dealing with Eddie Hearn. Demetrius should have had this fight. This is a fight that Demetrius Andrade should be pissed off about, because he was the one that should have been fighting Canelo, not this guy, not this whoever his name is. You know what? Even Jaime Munguia. I would have taken Jaime Munguia. Hell, I would have even taken Chris Eubank Jr. just to see him get knocked out, because you know he will. Just to see Chris Eubank Jr. get stopped, right? Just to see him get stopped, I would have paid for that one too. I got no problem with Eubank Jr., but his mouth is overrated. His father thinks he's going to be better than Floyd. You guys remember that? Whatever happened. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for listening to the show. Canelo is a disgrace. Canelo is an embarrassment to the sport of boxing. Canelo should be ashamed of himself for stealing free money and fooling us, the true fans. And we should not watch the fight, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm going to watch the fight anyway, but I'm going to kick, scream, and I'm going to complain about it the whole time and tell you what an awful fight it is until Canelo knocks this guy out in the 4th, 5th round. And then after that, I'm expecting some kind of WWE type of thing, and have Jermell just climb into the ropes and go in there and tell him, you know what, I want to fight you next. That fight would happen. A guy could only dream. Thank you guys for listening to the show. Catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be doing a couple more videos more often now. So keep up with me.